Inside the Launceston General Hospital, there were failures to identify James Geoffrey Griffin's grooming and abuse of young patients. Now the role of police failures has been in focus for the Commission of Inquiry.
The impact of those failures are deeply felt, and we are committed to improving how we protect children within our community.
A laptop triggered one of the earliest reports about Griffin's behaviour. The inquiry heard a man who bought the computer from Griffin made a report to police in 2000 after finding suspicious images. They didn't meet the definition of child exploitation material.
Images of young kids in bikinis is ignorable material or non-illegal material.
The inquiry heard a 2009 report about Griffin taking photos up the skirts of young girls on the Spirit of Tasmania prompted a search warrant, but the search didn't find any supporting material.
There was a comment there that he had the above average ability to encrypt his data.
The inquiry heard police held no record of an informal conversation with Kylie Penn in 2011, where she told police Griffin had abused her as a child. Ms Penn didn't pursue charges, but told the inquiry she thought a record would be kept in case other survivors came forward.
It should be if there's due diligence by the officer that's directly spoken to that person.
The inquiry heard a 2011 referral from Child Safety Services about Griffin should have been escalated, but wasn't, and a report about Griffin's behaviour with teenager Tiffany Skeggs in 2013 was written off by a child safety officer and police.
We didn't go back and investigate. It wasn't acceptable then, it's not acceptable now.
Glenn Hindel told the inquiry he'd found a record from 2015 of the Australian Federal Police telling Tasmania Police that Griffin had been discussing child sexual abuse and child exploitation material online. He decided it needed further investigating.
Because if the context of what was mentioned was true, there should have been a conviction against his name.
Nothing was done with it. It was actually it was filed inappropriately and no further action was taken.
James Griffin was bailed twice after he was eventually charged in 2019. Detective Hindel said police opposed his second bail.
We articulated that he endeavoured to still communicate with children, and he had contempt for the previous bail conditions.
Griffin took his own life while he was on bail and was never tried. Ellen Coulter, ABC News.